Hey, good evening. You're gonna get a mishmash of a video today because we're gonna talk about two topics. One, in one of our last episodes, I was spinning the Faroese wool, and this is the finished product. But right in here, I'm gonna put in a discussion where on one day I wash it and thwack it, and then the next day I've hung it out in the line, and that was earlier today, where I bring it in and you get kind of a look at the twist. She'll give you another peek at that right now. And the fact that it has now been ready to use. What I'm doing, because on a hot day it's really good, I'm taking my 3 skeins of Faroese wool that I brought with me but have not washed, thwacked, and hung on the line yet. And I'm doing it today. So I took a tub and I put in a bit of soap and I let these soak while I was gone for an hour and a half. Then I came home and I rinsed them twice because there was a lot of goop in the bowl still. They were dirty. I rinsed that out. Now I've brought them outside and I'm going to thwack them. Thwacking is a very satisfying activity, and I'll show it to you. I'm using the handrail at Jean's house so that it's got a good place to thwack. I do have to aim it carefully not to get the plants though, so I'm going to show you now. What I do is I just flick it and put it over and have it hit the railing somewhat forcefully. And what thwacking does is, when you're hand spinning, you may not always be even in your plying process, and the thwacking helps to even out the plies and spread them throughout the skein. It will also do that when I hang it on the line to dry, and I have 2 along with our unmentionables hanging on the line. So there are 2 already hanging over there that I've already thwacked. I'm going to see if I can find something to hook on the ends, but right now I may not be able to. It's Thursday and I'm outside at Jean's house, going to take my yarn off the line and look around, as you can see. Let me turn you around so you can see the view on this sunny, hot day. It's really hot in the house. It's interesting because the house is so sealed that the wind doesn't move. It's very still. It's still out here as well. Although I can see a bit of a breeze because the laundry next door is blowing. And my laundry's going. Let me show you that. There's my laundry going, my yarn. And then here's the view. It's hot as blazes. I'm gonna go down and we're gonna get our yarn. Just turn our whirly bird around. And it's nice and dry. And there is our squishy Faroese yarn that will be nice and warm. Still a bit of hair because you can't get all that off, but not much hair, and much softer than it would have been if I'd left that hair in. So here we are. If you want to examine the twist, my thwacking, it's more even. It's still thick and thin because that's how I spun it, but it's a lot cleaner as well. There we go. The next topic that you're going to see today is Jean's unfinished project to date. She just finished a 5-year-old Leafy Lisa. We're not blocked yet, so I'm going to put a picture of the pattern right here. But what Jean did is made it out of a worsted weight. Now she's just done the regular pattern. You can also, with this, when you upsize your yarn, is you can use 1 skein with the increase continuing halfway through. And then when you switch to the second skein, that's when you start the decrease sequence. And that'll get you, then you'll get a bigger shawlette. This is a single though, so it's a nice scarf around your neck with a leaf edge. I'll definitely come back to you with this one to show you when it's blocked and ready to go. But I wanted to show you the update because for years you have asked for a video of the way Jean knits. We call it pit knitting at my house. I don't know what the real name for it is. I'll do a little research and I'll write it right up here when I know the name of it. I have in the past, and I vaguely want to say combination knitting, but it's kind of a play on the Shetland style where they used a belt, only Jean puts a longer needle under her armpit, and then she does sort of a piston-like motion, throwing the yarn as she does her stitches. So that video is going to go right here. Now, the final bit of this video is I'm going to show you the pattern I've picked out to do Olivar's hat with. I kind of been thinking, should I mix PCC yarn in? Should I just use the Faroese yarn? And I came upon this plan. I am going to use the Devil's Churn hat pattern, one that I wrote several years ago now, but it is a uniquely Oregon place, but also cables. And I think it will work nicely with this roughly DK weight yarn. Now I'll probably have to add some repeats because this is a smaller gauge than that will have been, but I think it'll work for me. And if I have to two-ply it, I will. That's the plan, is to do the Devil's Churn hat. And at the end of this, I have heard in the past that there might be a mistake in this pattern. So I'm also going to find the mistake and fix it so that if you guys ever want this pattern, it will be available to you as a download, corrected. And you can also buy kits with Donegal tweed. Okay, I think that's it for me today. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, definitely hit the subscribe button and ring that bell. I will see you on Monday with another update. There's more stuff going on. Gina and I are going crazy on the unfinished objects. She has another one in the hopper. We have the Leafy Lisa to block out, and I'll show you progress on my hat. I'm also working on a bulky sweater pattern that has definitely been a year in the works, so it definitely qualifies as unfinished. All right, I'll see you Monday. Bye.